Another 5-volt power supply, USB connector. Obviously quality construction. Let's see what happens when we plug it into a oh boy, it's going crazy. So obviously this is no good. Is it worth fixing? Of course not, but if you throw it away you don't learn anything. So let's pull it apart and see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. How do you pull it apart? Besides carefully. Whoops. Never say oops. What's the best way to take it apart? Of course we have to be careful that we don't damage this highly expensive piece of equipment here. This is how I do it. I use the guillotine method. Obviously these are ultrasonically welded, I believe. Getting there. What do we got here? Another quality product. Well, we don't have bulging caps. You must have components underneath, hiding somehow. And through careful prying, and there it is, right there. Wow, quality construction. Well, it looks like here's a fuse, I believe. Yeah, F1. So it goes through a fuse. So it looks like we got a bridge rectifier here. Here's an inductor, L2. Got a resistor, a couple caps. What if they got any charge on them? Ooh, quality Young Lee capacitors. Nothing but the best. Did they grind off the part numbers? Of the important parts anyway. Like that chip. Which is obviously a regulator. Not that that's the bad guy. I think what I'll do, just for fun, and to save time, I'll check the ESR on some of these cabs. 470 at 10. Should be 0.24. And it's 1.6. That's bad. .4. Yeah, that one looks good. I think the only one that really looks bad is this one. 0.6. Yeah, this one's bad. 470 at 10. So I'm going to replace that one. 470 at 10. Look at that capacitor. That don't look good. It's oozing its guts. that turned into a 397 picofarad capacitor. And how about leakage? Oh boy, yeah, it's leaky. So, let go of my capacitor. Yeah, not good. 470 microfarads at 10 volts. Well, I got a lot of those, so just for fun, I'll replace it and we'll see what we get. Stand by. Here's a high quality J-Con 470 microfarad at 10. And we've got 523. How about leakage? Whoops. Yeah, we're on 10 volts. Let's see if that comes down. Maybe it's reforming. It's in microamps. That's high. Way high. Let's see what happens. Well, that's not good. I think I'll try another one. We're just for fun. Let's hook that up to... There, you got it hooked up, right? Yeah. Let's hook it up to a power supply at 10 volts for 10 minutes. And we'll see if the leakage improves. Since this has been sitting in the bin. Stand by. Wow, 10 volts. 45 milliamps of leakage. I think I'll try another one, see what we get. Let's see what the little component tester says. Should be 470 at 10 and any day now. Well, it's not too bad. 0.23. So it's just within the limits. Let's try that one on the Sencor, the nice unit here, and see what happens. Here's the cap that showed leakage. 40 milliamps. I've had it on for about 10 minutes and current's dropped to almost zero. So makes you wonder if they really form these things at the factory, you know. Maybe they put it together and never put the forming voltage on it. I don't know, but I'm going to test it now and see what it looks like after it's been on a power supply. 10 volts, 470 microfarads for about 10 minutes. The new cap is in and the voltage is back, fairly stable. I think the specification for the 5 volt supplies is, if I remember right, it's 4.5 to 5.5 volts. So I should probably put a load on this. I forget what this is rated at. Anyway, I'll put a load on it and make sure that it will deliver its rated output. I have a charger plugged in and I have this 18650 charger, which I know is going to pull at least 500 mils. So I'm going to place the battery and it's charging. So I do believe it's repaired. And the problem appeared to be this high quality young Lee capacitor. So anyway, another one fixed, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching, and this was a short one, but the next one might be better. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.